Hello everyone, I'm Needu, your English teacher. How are you doing today? I hope you are staying safe and happy. I'm here today with a new chapter. Chapter 2, Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. Before beginning the chapter, we should recall all the things we know about Nelson Mandela. Who is Nelson Mandela? Nelson Mandela was a South African anti-apartheid revolutionary political leader who served as the first black president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. He was widely accepted as the most significant black leader in South Africa and became a symbol of resistance as the anti-apartheid movement gathered strength. You might have noticed the term apartheid. What's it? Apartheid is a political system that separates people according to their race. It was a system of racial segregation in South Africa which was created to keep economical and political power with people of English heritage. It lasted from 1948 to 1994. Yes, today's chapter, Long Walk to Freedom, is an autobiography of Nelson Mandela. What's an autobiography? The life story of the person written by the person himself is called an autobiography. Today, we study a small extract or a small portion from Nelson Mandela's autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom. In his autobiography, he describes all his struggles towards the freedom of South Africa. Really, Mandela and his African National Congress or ANC party spent a lifetime fighting against apartheid. Mandela had to spend 30 years in prison. Finally, democratic elections were held in South Africa in the year 1994 and Mandela became the first black president of a new nation. In this extract from his autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom, Mandela speaks about a historic occasion, the inauguration. Can you guess what inauguration it would be? Yes, the day of the installation of the new government, the swearing-in ceremony as the first black president of South Africa. That's an important part in his autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom, and we people are so lucky to study that section itself today. Our chapter begins here like this. 10th May dawned bright and clear. For the past few days, I had been pleasantly besieged by dignitaries and world leaders who were coming to pay their respects before the inauguration. So, the day is being mentioned, 10th May. It dawned. Dawned means started. Bright and clear. Nelson Mandela is saying, or he says, that day, 10th May, that special day, that important day, that most awaited day started very bright and clear because he was waiting for that day for long years, and now that day reached. It started, it dawned very bright and clear because he felt so happy on that day. His happiness is seen in that first line. 10th May dawned bright and clear. For the past few days, I had been pleasantly besieged. For the past few days, I had been pleasantly, very happily besieged. But what's the meaning of besieged? To be surrounded closely by. Besieged by, surrounded by whom? Dignitaries. What's the meaning of dignitaries? Yes, special personalities or high officials, people of high rank. Okay, so he was surrounded by dignitaries and world leaders. Why these dignitaries and world leaders surrounded him before this day itself? For what they came near him? coming to pay their respects before the inauguration. Okay, so in order to show their respect towards him, those dignitaries and many world leaders came near him to show their respect, to show their honor towards him. Okay, then the inauguration would be the largest gathering ever of international leaders on South African soil. It's true, isn't it? This inauguration, this function, that would be the largest gathering of many world leaders in the soil of South Africa. For the first time in the history of South Africa, such a thing happens. Okay, now the first para once again. 10th May dawned bright and clear. That day he felt as the most bright day in his life, the brightest day in his life. For the past few days, I had been pleasantly besieged by dignitaries and world leaders. What's the meaning? For the past few days, many dignitaries, many high officials, people of high rank, and not only them, many world leaders also came near him to show their respect, to show their honor towards him. Then, the inauguration would be the largest gathering ever of international leaders on South African soil. In the history of South Africa, this kind of a thing, this kind of a gathering, this kind of an international gathering happens for the first time. Do you understand? Yes, we can move to next paragraph. The ceremonies took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheatre formed by the Union buildings in Pretoria. Here we say where this ceremony takes place. Where it happens, the ceremonies, these functions take place in the lovely sandstone, very beautiful sandstone. You studied different kinds of stones, isn't it? So this kind of sandstone is a type of sedimentary rock formation, and in such kind of an area, an amphitheatre is there. What's an amphitheatre? Meaning is given here itself. A building without a roof with many rows of seats rising in steps, typically ancient Greece and Rome. So amphitheatre, we can say it as open theatre. The ceremonies took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheatre formed by the Union buildings. So all the official buildings, Union buildings, are situated there. Okay, so in the place Pretoria, this amphitheatre situates, and there this ceremonies take place. Then, for decades, this had been the seat of white supremacy. White supremacy means white leaders, okay, white government. So, for many years, this had been under the supremacy or under the rule of white people. And now what happened? Now it was the site of a rainbow gathering of different colors and nations for the installation of South Africa's first democratic non-racial government. Now, not only white people are seen there, not only black people are seen there, but different colored people, all the people without any discrimination in their race, caste, creed, religion, anything. All the people gathered there, all the people assembled there to see or to witness that beautiful ceremony or that historical ceremony. What's that ceremony? The inauguration. Okay. Now it was a sight, it was a scene of a rainbow gathering. Rainbow, why the word rainbow is used here? Different colored people are there. Okay, rainbow gathering of different colors. Colors here denote colored people. Different colored people gathered there, and nations for the instant. Not only people, the people who came from different nations gathered there for what? To see the installation, the formation of South Africa's first democratic non-racial government. So they all happily gathered there to witness, to see, to be a part of that historic moment. Do you understand? We can go through the second paragraph once again. What all things we said here? Where did this ceremony take place? The ceremonies took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheatre formed by the Union buildings. In which place? In Pretoria. Then, for decades, this had been a seat of white. So he says that for many years, this place had been under the supremacy of white people. Now, what's the scene? We can see the many colored people. That's my rainbow gathering. The word usage rainbow gathering is done here. It's a rainbow gathering of different colors, and not only that, from different nations people gathered there to be a part of that installation of new government. Okay, can we move to a third paragraph? Yes. On that lovely autumn day, I was accompanied by my daughter Zanani. So that bright day came, and that beautiful day came, that historic day reached, and on that day he is coming to the venue. Okay, the further inauguration takes place. So when he comes there, who is there along with him? Who is accompanying him? His daughter Zanani. His daughter Zanani is there with him when he came to this venue. Then on the podium, Mr. De Klerk was first sworn in as a second deputy president. Now the swearing in ceremony starts, and at first who took a pledge as a second deputy president? Mr. De Klerk. He took pledge as the second deputy president. Then Thabo Mbeki was sworn in as first deputy president. Then secondly, the first deputy president named Thabo Mbeki sworn in. And next, whose turn it is? It's the turn of our Nelson Mandela. Look at the lines. When it was my turn, I pledged to obey and uphold the Constitution and to devote myself to the well-being of the Republic and its people. Now it's his time to take pledge. Okay, so how he takes the pledge? He pledged to obey. He pledged to obey and uphold the Constitution. He pledged upon God that he said upon God, or he promised upon God that he will obey all the rules and regulations of the constitutions. At the same time, he will try to uphold the Constitution. Okay, to take up or to bring out all the things which he can do. And look at the next. To devote myself to the well-being of the Republic and its people. To devote myself, okay, to give himself to bring out all the things which he can do for the Republic and its people, for the country and the people of the country. So he pledged upon the Constitution that he will give his maximum, or he will give himself to bring out what all things he can give to the society or to the people in his country. Look at the next lines. To the assembled guests and the watching world, I said. Now look at this text. Here his speech itself is given. Okay. To the complete world, what all things he said. Today, all of us do by our presence here confer glory and hope to newborn liberty. Today, all of us are present here to confer, to give our glory and to show our hope towards a newborn liberty, newborn freedom, newborn country. So we all are here, gathered here to show our glory and respect to this newborn country. Out of the experience of an extraordinary human disaster that lasted too long, must be born a society of which all humanity will be proud. So we experienced today, up to this day, we experienced what type of a disaster, extraordinary human disaster they faced, isn't it? We said about apartheid and all. So such kind of human disasters were existing in South Africa. They struggled much. The thing like slavery was still existing there in South Africa till the last day. But today, what's the thing happened? Today, a new society is born, in which all humanity will be proud, and we should all be proud of it. Okay, then look at the next. We who were outlaws not so long ago have today been given the rare privilege to be host to the nations of the world on our own soil. So we who were outlaws, meaning our explanation is given here itself. We can just go through it. Why it is said so? Because of its policy of apartheid, many countries had earlier broken off diplomatic relations with South Africa. So as a result of that system of apartheid, many countries were not having such a good relationship with South Africa, and they were considering the people of South Africa, South Africans, as low grade people. So till that day they were considered as outlaws. have today, what's a change happened, have been given the rare privilege to be host to the nations of the world on our own land. Today we got a privilege. What's that privilege we got today? We are the host of all these nations. We are the host of all these great leaders from the nations. All these people who came here in our land, we are hosting them today, and we should be proud of it. Till today, we were considered as, till the last day, we were considered as outlaws, but today onwards, we became free and we are the host here in our own land. All the people from every country, or that means all the great officials or great leaders from every country gathered here to show their respect, and today we should be proud of it. Then we thank all of our distinguished international guests for having come to take possession with the people of our country of what is, after all, a common victory for justice, for peace, for human dignity. He says thanks. Okay, in these lines, it's a thanksgiving line. He says, we thank all of our distinguished international guests for what? For having come to take possession with the people of our country of what is, and after all, a common victory for justice, for peace, human dignity. It's a victory of justice. For peace we stand, and for human dignity we stand. So, for seeing all these people came here, all the international distinguished guests came here, and I thank all of them individually. I thank everyone. We have at last achieved a political emancipation. Emancipation meaning is here freedom from restrictions. They were having lots of restrictions. They had lots of restrictions. They were under slavery really. So today we achieved a political emancipation. Okay, then we pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. So he says that we should take a pledge. We all take a pledge today that we should never discriminate people in any of these reasons. In the bondage, we will never be considering people in any of this manner, or we will never be considering them as low grade in any of these things like poverty, deprivation. Deprivation means state of not having one's rightful benefits. So such kind of things will never be existing in our world, in our country again. Nobody will suffer. Nobody will will be discriminated under any of these things like gender, poverty, and all. Okay, then never and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. Most quotable lines of his speech. What's the thing he said? Never and never again. Never it happens. What shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. This beautiful land will never experience such an oppression by another people. The sun shall never set on so glorious a human achievement. Even the sun will never set on this kind of human achievement we had. That means really they suffered a lot. The people of South Africa suffered a lot, and now they reached in a glorious level. This achievement can surely be called as glorious, and from this we will never go back. We will never fail, and we will move on with much hope. That's seen in this line. The sun shall never set on so glorious a human achievement. Sun will never set again. That means we will always be bright forever. Let freedom reign. God bless Africa. Let freedom reign. Reign means rule. Let freedom rule the country, and may God bless Africa. This is how he stops the speech. Now we can just go through the speech once again. Today all of us do by our presence here confer glory and hope to newborn liberty. Today all of us are present here to give hope and to give our glory towards this newborn freedom. Out of the experience of an extraordinary human disaster that lasted too long must be born a society of which all humanity will be proud. Till this, we had an extraordinary human disaster. That means such a disaster existed in our country. Now what happened? A new society is born, and we should be proud of it. Then we who were outlaws not so long ago have today been given the rare privilege to be host to the nations of the world on our own soil. So till this day we were considered outlaws, but today onwards, today we, the same people, we got the rare privilege to host the complete nations in our country. But till this day we were considered outlaws by other countries, and now the same country people are here to be our guests. Then we thank all. Now in this coming lines he says thanks to everyone who reached there, and every people who came there to see the victory for justice, peace and human dignity. We thank all of our distinguished international guests for having come to take possession with the people of our country of what is, after all, a common victory. Really what's happening there, a common victory. It's a victory of all the people for justice, all the people who stood there for justice, peace and human dignity. Then we have at last achieved our political emancipation. Really, we got freedom. We pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender and other discrimination. So today, along with me, we all, the complete people in the country, take pledge. What's that pledge they take? To liberate all the people from all the bondages of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender and other discrimination. Such kind of discriminations or any other problems will never exist in our country. And the most remarkable lines, never, never and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. He stresses again and again, he says that never this beautiful land will experience the oppression of one people by the other, one person by the other. So this beautiful land will never experience such kind of oppression ever. Then the sun shall never set on so glorious a human achievement. The sun will never set again. That means we will never fail again. From here onwards, we will be proud of all the achievements we had. For we will be proud of all the human achievements or the glorious achievements we had. Let freedom reign. Let freedom rule the country. Then God bless Africa. May God bless the country Africa and the people in Africa. This is how he stops the speech. I believe that you understood this part very well. Second and third part will be discussed in the coming class. Now what's to be done? Take your textbook and read the chapter very well. And if you have any doubts, you should contact me. Then after listening to the class and after reading the textbook, you should copy the given notes too. I send the notes along with this video. You should write that also to your notebook. Okay, thank you. See you in the next class.